Strength v strength.
Doc, I'm a little blown. Yeah. I'm just gonna open the door. I'm just like, Doc, I'm a little blown up, but I'm pretty positive I can still beat your ass. She's coming with me. Happy Sunday, friends! 'Tis I, once again, DM Daddy RPG, here to bring you, well, here to, for there to be happy fun times, tabletop shenanigans here on this Sunday, Highlander Sunday. And with that, power gone.
What? That was so fast.
Sure
I'm still
was.
making myself the right size for the square.
Kelly,
Is that quick?
Kelly, thank you so much for the sub. Cares for everyone. Didn't you? Oh, no, you didn't. That was everybody else. So everybody gets a care.
Okay, it's being nice today.
5. So we have 1 random care, and we have 4. Everyone gets a care.
Okay, so we will do, for Kelly's cares, everyone can start off with an advantage on their first roll.
Nice.
Someone's grumpy about spirit points.
Yeah. Cares are the only way I get them now.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You took that away from me.
No. You just haven't, like, killed anyone. It's fine. 1d4.
That we're willing to admit to, anyway.
She's giving you time to do your socials, Matt.
I'm not in charge of that.
Hey, that's a whole new thing I don't usually do.
Welcome to DMing. Welcome to DMing on Twitch.
Okay. I don't know the script for that. I'm sorry. I'll be more prepared next time. Really? Like, it wasn't anxious enough. All right, well, hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
The responsibility was relinquished entirely too soon for me, but here we go. This is DM Daddy RPG's channel. If you want to hang out with us during game, after game, before game, any point during the weekend, you can join us on our Discord. You can find it in the description here, a description on YouTube, wherever you're watching this. Speaking of YouTube, we're on YouTube.
See, you're
You can
doing
find
great.
this game later, or any other game that we have run in the past couple of years, really. Over there on YouTube, if you want to catch up on this, there are 2 other episodes before this one. We've also got a Masks X-Men game that is coming back. It is. It really is. And there is a Werewolf 20th edition, 20th edition game that is on Fridays, uploaded on Mondays. So look for that too, if you're interested.
See, killing it.
And finally, Patreon. If you love us dearly and want to show us in a very special way, feel free to join our Patreon. There are perks like some of these redeems people are cashing in on before the game even starts. There's also occasional merch. There's also a special channel on our Discord. And just our love and affection. Don't you want that? You want that.
And YouTube credits and
YouTube credits.
weighted voting and slots in games.
Yeah, what he said. Did I miss anything else?
You crushed it. You did great.
Oh, God.
Breathe,
Everybody.
Jen, breathe.
Hi.
Sure, we get that.
Out with the better and with the good.
We have here with us RD2 as Verso, DM
Best.
Daddy RPG as Jen, Glenn Dizzle as Timothy,
Hi.
Corhall aka Chef as Dylan,
Chef.
Jeff.
and
I'll
today
update my
we are
resume.
joined by a very special guest. I promised special guests, and here we are. Ashley the Witch. She will be portraying Dr. Erin Gentry. And you'll see a little bit later, it's fine. Is there anything you really, really, really want to share with everybody about Dr. Gentry?
No, they'll find out about Dr. Gentry later.
Cool.
Hey, guys, what happened last week? Verso?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so last week there was an event at Central Park in New York, a giant, pretty expensive LARPing event that was occurring, and Verso made his first debut in the campaign as he LARPed his way as a knight throughout the event, and other main characters of our beautiful cast slowly trickled into the park as well. But while the LARP commenced, Verso encountered an old kind of rival, where we had dueled a few times in the past, never quite reaching a satisfying end. And and yeah, the duel commenced and Verso came out on top as victorious.
We had our very first quickening.
Yes, we did.
Hey, Timothy. What else?
Hey. Oh, went running around looking for the best places to eat at the LARP. I had to talk to the police a little bit first, but that was just, cleaning up from the time before. And then we got some turkey legs, started watching this cool sword fight, and I tried to get Jason turn around, and that he kind of saw a few things, and a bit of a quickening-ish thing he saw. Now he picked me up and started running, and I got some explaining to do.
Bjorn, what happened?
I got yelled at by beautiful people.
Beautiful. Oh.
I took a plane, met a priest, and had the most amazing pierogies I have had in the past about 15 years. I cannot tell you how good these pierogies were. There was some sword play, and I applauded, but mostly the pierogies.
Jason.
Came in, I met an old friend. It was
Oh,
fun.
you were not done. It seemed like you were done.
There were pierogies. I'm never done.
And now I'm hungry again. Jason.
So the kid, and all of his brilliance after the night before being attacked by a dude with a sword, decided we wanted to go to a very crowded place where everybody has a sword. So that was awesome. Fortunately, it was largely just a bunch of nerds pretending like they knew how to use swords. So we just ate some food and checked out vendor stalls and so on and so forth. And then we heard people practicing for what looked like a really big super battle. And then it turned out, I was like, they're not. That's not play fighting. Yeah, so then we started running around the time that one dude started clapping for another person after they chopped off their head, which was weird and cool, great, awesome. So there's a psychopath, serial killer, at least sociopath thing happening here at the LARP. And then the LARP exploded and I hit the dirt to keep Timothy from getting hurt by the explosion. So essentially taking double explosions, because I'm able to do that with my cool class ability.
Awesome. I'm glad you're so super.
So I'm double exploded.
You did double exploded. Yep.
I don't think my sheet is appearing the way it's supposed to. This is kind of weird.
Possibly because it's the weird size and it resizes itself to look unfamiliar.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got it.
Why did you roll 3 times, Chef?
I did
Yeah.
It's okay.
because I'm not seeing a single roll for me.
Yeah,
Roll
you did
that.
roll 3.
It's fine. We'll do the first 2.
Okay. I hope I did okay.
Yep. Artie, you're fine. Verso, just still in armor, absolutely takes a Superman flying leap to grab cover behind that little shed by Alexander Hamilton. Ducks, covers, absolutely unscathed. Bjorn also is unscathed, but he has to launch himself behind some trees, so he is completely prone at this point, but generally uninjured. Tim, you are completely protected, uninjured as well. But as the smoke starts to clear away, as shrapnel settles, as ash settles over top of you, Tim, that weight on top of you is heavy.
Yeah, turn Jason?
Nothing.
Call 911.
You call 911. You don't run into it very often, but even now, seconds later, there is a wait. It's busy. The message tries to assure you there are callers in front of you and someone will be there as soon as possible. And in the distance, they're screaming and running.
I'm gonna stay with Jason. I'm gonna try inspect him for bleeding. Anything I can put pressure on. Yeah.
There are no major wounds. I'm gonna have you actually roll medicine.
Yep. And I get an additional +1 on this one. And advantage because of care. So good thing I have advantage. So I have a whole 10.
He's bleeding.
Great.
He's definitely, there's some blood there somewhere. He is definitely unconscious. There are some scorch marks across his back. The fabric ripped in places. His eyes completely shut, but that is about as far as you can get in your assessment here.
I'll finish ripping some fabric to use as a makeshift bandage. I mean, that's about as good as I got.
So, Bjorn, what are you guys doing?
When the explosion rocked the park, I'm going to take a look around and see if anyone was gravely injured.
There's not anyone else immediately surrounding you, but if you kind of look past, back toward the royal tent, back toward Cleopatra's Needle, back toward the Great Lawn, It's hard to make out in the scramble of bodies, but there are some that are on the ground and not moving.
All right. Would it make sense for me to have any kind of field medic stuff? Either in the sense of LARPing or just being a knight? I don't know how that works. I've never LARPed.
Since you have your somewhat traditional like armor on, there's not a lot of room for pockets. So
That's totally fair.
You probably have like the fabric of like your shirt and stuff if you really want to dig deep for supplies. But otherwise, you don't have anything designed for medical care.
Okay. I'm at least gonna go see how hurt these people are.
Okay. So you run back toward the lawn area?
Yeah.
Okay. Bjorn, what are you doing?
I'm standing up, like hand on my khopesh, like fully drawn and everything. Not like waving it, but at least I have it already drawn in my hand, looking around because this is a fantastic time for an ambush. My spidey sense isn't tingling or anything.
Nope.
Okay. I start looking around trying to see if I see anybody acting odd. Like somebody walking calmly or with confidence or, walking slowly or anything would strike me as very odd in this situation. Like somebody walking up to try to shoot someone, kill someone.
Okay. Give me insight. And already everyone can hear sirens in the distance. There's too much going on. What would you like?
Okay. Nope, that's what I thought.
there's too much going on. There's too many bodies moving. There's too many different people reacting in different ways because shock looks a lot of different ways. There are some people who are moving slowly. There are some people moving entirely too quickly. There are some people just standing in place staring. But all of those are kind of normal, so you can't.
Okay. I don't see anybody walking towards me, though.
Towards you? No.
Okay. I look around to try to find some building or whatever to try to get my back against so I can sort of wait for things to calm down a bit to get my bearings.
There is the little shed by the Hamilton Garden that Verso had dove behind.
Okay. Closest cover I can find, I guess. So unless there's like a sturdy tree closer.
There's tons of trees. There's a tree you dove behind.
Okay, in that case, stand there with my back up against the tree, really just trying to detect what's going on and who would have done it, because very rarely is an explosion in a crowded place just the beginning. Or not just the beginning in my mind.
Okay, so you're just gonna stand and kind of wait.
I'm watchfully waiting, but yes.
Okay, I'll let you know if anything comes toward you.
Well, I mean, I suppose me hearing Artie clank away would probably trip a few alarm bells.
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought. I mean, I don't know if has Artie already gone to help at this point or not.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I'd sort of look past to see who that was and try to. I have no particular need to help anybody here, so
Okay.
yeah.
No problem. Timothy,
Mm-hmm.
you finally get through to 911. 911, what's your emergency?
Yes, I'm over here at Central Park at the big LARP live action roleplay event, and there's and I got a man down with with a wound from a bomb.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just one male.
Yes.
Do you know how old he is?
Mid-30s.
Mid-30s. And what's his name?
Jason.
And what's your location currently?
I give the about proximity and landmarks as best I can.
Thank you, sir. Stay right there. Is he breathing?
I check him.
He's breathing.
Okay. Yes.
He's breathing. Is he conscious?
No.
Okay. Keep an eye on his breathing. We have units already on the way. We will send someone to you as soon as the scene is secure.
I hear sirens. Please hurry.
Yes, we are coming as fast as we can. We have to make sure the area is safe. But as soon as we are able, we will be right there. If anything changes about his condition, please give us a call back. And unless we hear back from you, we will get to you as soon as we possibly can.
Okay. And I'm going to continue trying to make sure there's no excessive bleeding.
Okay. There's not. Okay, you've been in fights before. You know, at least kind of how much blood one can safely lose without waking up suddenly dead the next minute. He's not actively bleeding a lot.
Okay.
So whatever is actually wrong with him is unlikely to be an active hemorrhage.
Okay.
I'm not gonna kind of drag us through the minutia of help arriving. Help will arrive, the scene will get secured in the next 30 minutes to an hour. In that 30 minutes to an hour, I'm gonna ask you each, besides Jason, because you don't have any say, what you're gonna be doing. Verso, in the next 30 minutes to an hour, as police start to filter in, ambulances start to filter in, fire trucks start to filter in, what would you like to do?
I'm going to try and make sure that everyone I can see gets the attention that they need, like making sure the medics find the most hurt people in time first. And then I'm going to try and see if I can't find the person/people. I don't remember if I saw more than just Bjorn last week. At the very least, try and find Bjorn, because he witnessed the duel.
Okay, so you kind of move from crumpled body to crumpled body, checking on people. Do you try to move anyone, or do you just kind of mentally flag people until you see someone with a uniform on?
I only try to move the people that I deem can be moved without causing further damage, like if anyone has some sort of spinal injury or anything.
Okay, then give me another medicine roll.
Yeah.
And you still have your advantage if you want to use that. You good with that, or you want to roll your advantage again?
I think we're gonna save the advantage. If I can't tell if someone is too injured to move, I'm not even gonna risk it.
Okay. So basically, as soon as police, fire, EMTs start filtering in, first the police come in, they cordon off the entire area, no one's really allowed to leave. Then the paramedics and EMTs and firefighters start to filter in. You just grab one and basically you're the tour guide to the battlefield. Okay. Bjorn, what are you doing in this 30 minutes to an hour?
Once the dust kind of settles and I can have a better understanding, like a better view of what's around me, I'm trying to skedaddle. I feel like I need to get a better lay of the land, so I was going to go meet Father Dominic at the church. However, if I am, since the cops are blocking everything off, if I don't get out of here in time and Artie catches up to me, I would do that first. But my end goal is still to try to get to a place I know an immortal can't actively try to kill me.
Okay. Then roll stealth. Okay. That will not be enough.
That is the most polite way I've ever heard of saying, wow, you
That is that due to the number of people and the almost instant police response, that is not enough to manage to quietly sneak out of the immediate area before you are noticed.
I am putting my Khopesh away and making sure I look at least not armed, if not necessarily not messed up.
Okay, so basically you are corralled.
Yep.
Closer
I'm
to
a
the
helpless
Great Lawn.
bystander. I was here for pierogies.
Closer to the Great Lawn, where Versa is welcome to talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
As soon as the scene is secure, paramedics find Timmy and Jason, basically just scoop Jason up and cart him off.
I follow along with as long as they let me because I explained to him, he's an employee for my family. I want to make sure he's okay.
Okay. Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. Let's see.
Having never been an EMT, that's actually an interesting question. Can you forcefully leave a minor behind?
Extenuating circumstances, who knows?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm actually having to.
Hold on.
14.
Hold on.
You gonna use your something?
Let me see. I'm double checking my thingies.
Don't quote me on this shit, but I believe in New York you can. I'm not looking it up right now, but I believe you can in New York.
Yeah, I'll spend an influence die and add to it.
Okay.
And that's a D6 currently. So that's a 19.
Nice. Cool. They ask you where your parents are and like what exactly the relation is, but they don't really fight you too much on it. It's like, whatever, kid, come on. So you are basically carted off to the hospital with Jason. Do not pass go. Blah, blah, blah.
Put $200.
All right, Verso. You are basically being forced to await police questioning. Both of you are physically fine. There's no need for medical to attend to you. So you are being kind of watched, but not closely, by uniformed officers as people are being filtered through and questioned. What did you want to talk about?
You don't appear to be in costume for a LARP session.
I was honestly just here looking at the scenery. I'm only in town for a few days, and I thought it would be fun to visit Central Park. Cross that off my bucket list, you know?
Since I can sense he's an immortal, is he telling the truth when he says he's just sightseeing?
Roll insight. And if you are trying to twist the truth, Bjorn, roll me some subterfuge.
Funnily enough, based on the way I worded that, no, I'm not.
But you are trying to make him believe you mean it in a specific way.
Okay, that's fair. In that case, it's just
That is
deception.
not truthful.
Would
Yes,
that be deception? Okay.
Oh, tie.
Uh-oh.
You want to rock, paper, scissors for it, or what?
You don't exactly believe him because, you know, this is the LARP section, but you don't have reason not to believe him.
And, you know, he
Yeah.
happens to be an immortal that happened upon a duel.
Yep.
I applauded. What did you want me to do? I'm so glad I couldn't read Matt's lips just now. Why? What brings you?
Keep going. We're good.
You know, I might meet an old friend here for lunch in a few days. Who knows? If I could find the perfect picnic spot.
Well, that little bench over there seems quite lovely if you're still looking for a spot to have this lunch with.
Well, that depends. Would you like to sit down and perhaps have lunch?
You know, strangely, I feel I've lost my appetite within the last 10 minutes.
Understandable. It's a damn shame. There's a lady over there, old New York grandma, who makes the single best pierogi I've had in the past 15 years.
Hmm.
Which, for me, is saying quite a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be in character right now?
Only if you
How does
choose
one-
to be.
Well, seeing as you're the person in full Italian plate, well, mostly historically accurate. I didn't know if you were that dedicated to the role.
I've been dedicated to this role since I first donned this armor.
Oh. And where did you first don this armor?
In Italia, where else?
How foolish of me, of course. Must have been a long time since they get from Italy to here, wearing that no less. Hell of a swim.
You know, there are these wonderful things called boats and airplanes.
There are. But if you can't do things the old-fashioned way, what's the point?
I don't know what you mean by that.
I remember long ago when the concept of men leaving the Earth for more than 5 seconds was completely unthinkable.
Well, you'd best keep with the times lest they swallow you whole.
I am. That's why I found a woman who makes pierogies, even though it's been too long since my last trip to Poland. Now, if
I'm
I could
glad
find
you
somebody who
find-
made lutefisk, then I would be truly happy.
Well, I'm glad you found some joy in this life. Outside of the violence that comes with it.
I find joy in the simple things. Fishing, farming, growing things with my hands. I truly believe that that is what the modern world has. We've lost that sense of ourselves. We've lost what it means to be as connected to our everyday means of life and death.
I'm gonna insight that again.
That's 100% the truth. Roll it if you want to, but I genuinely mean
I'm
that.
still gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's part of him. He
Go
doesn't
ahead.
run into a lot of immortals that think that way.
Hope so.
Anyway,
Sorry, continue.
so
Not
yeah,
often that I run into other fellow immortals that feel that way.
I haven't been called that in a long time. Normally an old soul. I get called that a lot. Or hey, you bastard. That's a fun one. In case, let me. Since I haven't done it properly, my name is Ragnar Björnsson.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Verso.
Simply Berso.
Verso.
You'll forgive
What
me.
was my
I'm not-
last name again?
Armani.
Armani.
It has been far too long since I was in Italy. Although I think the people who would. I think my wanted posters are actually still technically on the books.
Well, Italia continues to become more beautiful as the years pass.
I was more worried about the Eternal City and her somewhat close-minded nature about certain human activity. But To each their own. The Medici seem to work out well because of it, so hey!
As we're talking, I'm making sure that I'm, like, staying aware of when the police need to talk to me and stuff as well.
Yeah, about that. I was just about to interrupt. As you're kind of getting a feel for each other, chatting about the old times in the most vague way you possibly can, a couple of uniformed officers gesture for you two to follow, and we cut to the hospital.
Heavens, the constabulary.
Dr. Gentry, it was a normal day. As normal as any day could have been in a New York City ER.
In the city that doesn't
As the
sleep.
head of the emergency department in infectious diseases, you keep busy. But as cackling, but as we as alarms go off, as panic grips the city, suddenly your emergency room is flooded with new patients. What are you doing?
Well, first off, Jen, I have a question. How many ER nurses do we have on staff today for this shift?
You have 8, and you have called in more.
Then I am going down to help the ER nurses.
Already there anyway, so
I am grabbing patient folders and helping out where I can, trying not to step on the nurses' toes, because I know from personal experience that they really fucking hate that when a doctor steps on their toes.
as you are in front of a patient right now, doing your best to save their life, can you roll me medicine for practice?
Absolutely. Let me find.
Damn.
It is damn near a miracle. You have cracked this man's chest open and it started his heart right there on the emergency room table. If this were a Reddit post, that people would be clapping. Congratulations.
And they started clapping. I love it.
More patient folders just back up. So you grab the next one. Jason, would you have had your ID on your person at the time?
Both my New York State driver's license as well as my personal security, bodyguard certifications, my concealed carry permit, etc., etc., etc. So,
Perfect. And how old is Jason?
34 years young.
Perfect. As you pick up the next file, doctor, a nurse kind of like rattles off information, name, age, gender, you know,
24-year-old Caucasian male, explosion wounds.
exactly.
Possible internal bleeding.
Suspected traumatic brain injury, like possible concussion, possible internal bleeding. This is his blood pressure, his pulse, his oxygen, the whole rundown.
They probably made me wait in the hallway.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I was surprised if you weren't waiting with
You are actually meant to wait with hospital security.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was not your parent. The end on that one. So you're basically sitting in like a side office with a dude from security.
Yeah, just like the most rent-a-cop looking security guard.
Someone who's like eating a sandwich in one hand and like scrolling the news on the other.
I'm gonna start berating and like spitting random facts about whatever video games I've been playing. That just starts word vomiting at the mouth just to grind his gears a little.
Okay.
Ask for a Capri Sun.
Oh man, is that
I mean, I will.
performance? I feel like that's performance.
Would that be performance or would that be social science?
No.
That'd be performance because he's trying to do it to make it.
13.
This lady A, it's clearly toward the end of her shift, and B, the way she's able to tune you out, she probably has kids. Hey, doctor. Brand new patient, what do you do?
We're going to go ahead and get him admitted to a private suite. Or into a room in the hospital. Because of the possible concussions. Going to have morphine administered for pain management. Low dose. We'll go 3 milligrams every hour. And an IV.
And of course, 1,000 tests.
Of course.
Of course. 1,000 tests. Perfect. So there's a little bit of a wait on the private room. But you do put all your orders in. You know, he's gonna basically probably cut half the line because he's still unconscious. While you're unconscious, Jason,
Yes.
you dream. You hear voices outside of you, the doctors and nurses. It's just voices. You can't really make out the words around you, but your brain travels to the last place you felt truly at war. This isn't the first explosion you've been through.
No.
Not even the first one you've lived through. When was the last time you were actually well and truly in a war zone?
8 years ago, probably.
8 years ago. And as explosions rock the Humvee, as you're rocking across uneven terrain, kicking up dust all around you, people shouting in your ears.
Mm-hmm.
You look out the window, and it's Timmy, standing far in the distance, explosions erupting all around him. That's not how that memory normally goes.
Yay, coma nightmares. Am I allowed to interact and engage with this nightmare?
The second you realize it's not normal, you know it's a dream, so you are welcome to do whatever you'd like.
I'm going to try to dive out of the Humvee to go save Timmy.
Awesome! Roll Dex, I guess. We'll see how that goes in your dream.
Yeah. Dream role play. Let's go.
Or Inception.
You kind of like dive past other soldiers in the back of this Humvee out the door, which should have been closed, but in dream logic, it really wasn't. You like rocket yourself out of the vehicle, tumbling and spinning and rolling across the gritty, sandy terrain. Maybe get back up to your feet, like a real action hero.
Yeah. Like an everyday hero?
Like one of those, maybe.
Name call.
And roll credits.
Trademark.
What are you gonna try to do?
I'm going to try to... Well, if all these explosions are happening around the young child, which I am sworn to protect, that I'm paid very well to do so. But it's more than just, you know, a paying job for Jason. Jason does, like, he lived a bad life growing up, and he genuinely tries to do good now. And Timmy is kind of like a source, like a gateway, is like the child, and like keep him safe, keep him good, keep him well, because he's not gonna go have kids of his own. His life is fucked up. So in his mind, Timmy's like a kid brother, freaking like almost like a son. He reminds him a lot of maybe someone he knew when he was a kid. So he's just got to keep Timmy safe. Is the sole goal of this nightmare now at this point. Timmy somehow put himself in more danger, and it's my job to keep him out of danger.
Oh my god, that's so Timmy.
As per usual.
As you dodge and weave through these explosions upon explosions, ground exploding that has already exploded. It doesn't even make sense. You see just past Timmy a lake. You know, if you can just scoop up Timmy and jump into the water, you'll be safe.
Then we're doing that.
Awesome. Athletics roll, please.
Hey. A natural 20.
Heck yeah. Your arm scoops around his waist. You pick him up all in one move, and you launch the both of you over the edge of this short cliff, splashing right into the water. His body dissolving into the liquid as you suddenly find yourself in complete darkness and pain, gasping awake with your doctor at the bedside.
Is the kid okay?
Kid?
Kid. Timothy gives to last name, the player's forgetting it.
Edgewood.
Timothy Edgewood. We were at the park. I covered him when the explosion started.
1 second, Mr. Wild. Nurse, would you please go find... You said his name was Timothy Edgewood?
He responds to Timmy, but his legal name's Timothy Edgewood.
You go please find... and how old is Mr. Edgewood?
11 years old.
An 11-year-old boy by the name of Timothy Edgewood was brought in with Mr. Wild, I believe.
Okay, I'll check, doctor.
Thank you.
Oh. Better be okay. Kid better be okay.
Well, Mr. Wild, I can tell you that there was no children in the ER.
Okay, good.
As far as I'm aware, it has been a bit of a hectic day.
No children in the morgue?
As far as I'm aware, no children in the morgue.
Okay, good. All right.
How are you feeling, Mr. Wild? Has that morphine started to kick in for you?
I'm feeling blown up.
Understandable, given the fact that you came in for an explosion.
As far as the morphine kicking in, no.
I'll reach over, roll it up to 5 milliliters.
It's fine. I don't need it. It's fine.
So still rolling it up.
God
The
damn it.
doctor is rolling it up.
The patient is refusing.
It's only going up 2 milliliters. All right, Mr. Wild. I'm not an officer, but I'm not going to ask you any questions about what you were doing at the park. But what is the last thing you remember about the explosion?
About the explosion, nothing. Frickin'. The kid wanted to go out to the Central Park. We ate some food. There were knights practicing fights and so on and so forth. We were coming back towards the vendor area and an explosion happened and I hit the ground covering my charge and then I woke up here.
All right. That about tracks for what I've been told so far. I didn't know about the charge, just that you were covering a kid.
Yeah, it was private security.
All right. No tests have been run while he was unconscious, right, Jen?
Oh, tons would have been run before he was even let out of the ER.
Sort of poke him a little bit with a stick. Hey, you dead?
All right. First thing that I want to go ahead and do, Mr. Wild, is I want to go ahead and get you in for an X-ray, see if there's any shrapnel that got lodged in your body.
I don't have the money for that.
Do you have insurance, Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. We'll try and bill as much of it to your insurance as we possibly can. They like to be sticklers with things.
Yeah.
As you were chatting with Mr. Wild, Doctor, your pager goes off. Not your hospital pager. Your other pager.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'll take it out, look at it.
It just says call.
Ah,
Oh,
apologies, Mr. Wild. I'll have to cut our conversation short. I'll go ahead and help the nurses.
There are more people that probably need you more than me. Thank you for your service.
I'll have the nurses pull you for an X-ray.
Okay.
And I get up and I walk out. And
As
go find-
soon as he's gone, I'm rolling down the morphine.
Okay. And away you go.
I'm gonna go on call.
Okay. We'll circle back to that. Meanwhile, in Central Park, a couple of uniformed officers lead Verso and Bjorn to just a blue tent they have put up in the middle of all of this space with a small desk, 2 chairs, and Detective Baker. You guys haven't met him before. He's a darker toned, middle-aged man, short hair, salt and pepper beard. Already looks like he's over everyone's shit. But there's a true look of despair and concern on his face as he gestures for the two of you to sit. You go? Or do you try to escape or something?
oh, I sit down, not offering any resistance or disrespect.
Okay. Verso?
Same deal.
Okay. Just checking. Didn't know if you
Clank,
wanted to
clank,
try to
clank.
parkour through Central Park. All right. Do you have ID on you?
I do.
Pull mine out.
Produce.
He grabs starts jotting down notes. What did you see? What did you do? What? Talk to me.
I was in the
was
middle
over-
of my LARP session. Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
I was watching the LARP session and eating pierogies. Next thing I know, I'm flat on my face, ears ringing, and covered in what I'm hoping is dust. But I'm praying. I'm just gonna pretend it's dust for right now. But yeah, I don't even know where the explosion came from. What, was this a terrorist attack or?
And you, sir?
I was in the middle of a LARPing session. I was on Hamilton, I believe, and venturing towards another area of Central Park to continue. Well, in the story, there is a princess to save, so I was on my way trying to find her. And I began. we were having fun, me and another man. We were both LARPing and sword fighting. And when we were finished, we both went our separate ways, and that's when the explosion occurred.
You have the name of the other man?
I don't believe so. If he gave me his name, I do not remember it.
Both of you have out-of-state IDs. How long have you been in New York City?
At
Couple
this
days.
point, maybe 8 hours. I pull out my
Yeah.
plane ticket, my gate ticket and receipt and everything. I
He
just
takes
got in
it.
today.
Takes a picture. And you? Do you have evidence of travel?
I'm gonna pull out my hotel room card just to show that I've been staying in the area but don't live in the area.
How did you get here?
Plane. I am from Italia.
Do you have proof of travel? Passport?
Yep, I'm gonna pull up my passport.
I'll take a picture of that too.
Mhm.
Did you see anyone acting suspicious? Anything out of the ordinary? Any unattended packages? Bags?
Not that I can recall. I was busy watching them have their little, I think you called it a LARPing session. It looked like a sword fight to me, but then again, I don't know what I'm looking at half the time. And then
Well, it was a
boom.
sword fight. We were enjoying our LARPing session.
Well, there you go then. I was focusing on that, and then the explosion happened.
That's it. That's the only. Nothing weird.
Not to my knowledge.
Define weird. I show up in New York City, and all of a sudden, I'm walking through a Renaissance fair in Central Park.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
I
we've
don't
got
have a.
We have 13 and counting witness statements saying there was some kind of electrical storm.
Electrical storm.
From the clear sky.
Is
Some kind of sparks from this direction where you were
supposed to be
from.
fireworks?
Fireworks?
Were there
No.
supposed to be fireworks tonight?
There's no firework permit on record.
Then I have no idea. Did it maybe a generator start doing, or somebody was, I don't know, digging and hit a power line?
Did it? Maybe. It's a lot of
I have
ideas.
no idea. Well, seeing as I do not have a spark shooter or electrical generator on me, I have no idea. But those are the only things I could think of in this, what appears to be relatively scenic part of the city.
I've got the hotel you're staying at, Verso. Which hotel are you staying at?
Gives the name.
And room number? And room number?
They can get me there. You'll forgive me. I'm not sure why that's relevant.
Well, we're trying to figure out if this was in fact a terrorist attack, and I'm sitting in front of two gentlemen who have only been in the state for hours.
Yes.
Stand your concerns.
Are you saying that somehow I appear to be a bomb-making terrorist? Shouldn't I have a black cloak, a top hat, and one of those long twirly mustaches too?
I'm saying there's a couple dozen people injured right now, and you're making top hat jokes. So that's
Yeah,
concerning.
Verso gives him a side eye with the sass right now.
Like
I'm
my
sorry,
joke's
did
hard
I get-
enough
I
without an
didn't-
attitude coming from people like you. You don't live here. You don't care. I get it. I get it.
Detective, it is not at all that I don't care. It's just that I also understand that this is not something that I have any knowledge of, nor do I have the ability to truly help you unless there's something that I'm not aware of.
It's fine. I told you how to help me, and you've refused.
No,
That's fine.
you've told me how to help you. I've given you my plane tickets. I've given you my ID.
If
I've
we need to
given you
contact
where
you,
I don't know the
slides over
phone
a
number
piece of
for
paper. Slides over a piece of paper. I need phone number, mailing address.
It's gonna be in Portland, but okay.
Mailing address.
I give
From you
the
both.
I give the mailing address for the fish company.
And if there are any people you are currently looking for who are in attendance this afternoon and you have not been able to make contact with, please write their names down on the paper. Their real names, not their LARP names. I have no way of fucking knowing their LARP names.
You'd think they'd keep a register of that. But no, none for me.
What brings you to New York City, Mr.
I'm
Barrow?
meeting an old friend.
Have you met with them yet?
Yes, actually.
Write down their
We
name
spoke.
Write down their name too.
Oh, in that case, I just pull out his card. Would this work?
Sure.
He's a priest down at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament.
Uh-huh.
We're supposed to have dinner tonight. Would you like to come?
There it is again. You know, I deal with enough in-state assholes.
Detective, I understand you're trying to do your job. However, at this point, you're asking me questions as if I'm an active suspect in a terrorist plot.
I'm asking you questions like I don't know you.
Yes, I know. And
You know me?
you have... No, because you haven't even
How
given
are
me
you
your
going to
name.
assume how I react to attitude in the middle of a crime scene? That,
How are
as you
you-
said, might be a terrorist attack?
Because I'm fairly sure that I didn't do it, and yet...
I'm
You're
just
digging
asking for
through-
information.
Yes, and I'm giving information. More information than my lawyer would probably like me to. But that's
If
beside
your
the
lawyer
point.
wants to come all the way to New York City, they're welcome to.
Well, she's pretty fun with planes, but I don't know if she'd like to go this far on such short notice. That's another question entirely, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any other questions for me, Detective? I still haven't gotten your name, by the way.
Detective Baker passes over a card.
Thank you.
You're silent. Anything else to add?
No.
I did hear that you were incredibly helpful with emergency services.
Yes, I did my best. I was not prepared for such a large scale devastation in Central Park. I wish I had more to help.
And when's your visa till?
What?
When is your visa until?
Out of character, I am baby. What does that mean?
Basically, like, how long did you tell the government you're gonna hang out in America?
Okay,
Like
got
a
it.
week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I would say 2 weeks, just to make sure we get the most out of the LARP session and then also the most out of the trip.
Where'd you learn English?
Well, I am a teacher back in Italia, so I help transfer students to learn Italian. So I figured it best if I knew English to help certain students from this country who may have moved to Italia. So I've been speaking English for maybe 8 to 10 years now.
Okay. Since you were a teenager?
No, I am. I'm gonna say 26. I'm gonna say 26 years old.
So yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm done. You're about as helpful as you're going to be. Thank you for your help with the victims. I'm sure if we have any questions or commendations, we'll reach out to you, Mr. Armani. Mr. Barrow, thanks for nothing. Get the fuck out of my tent.
You're quite welcome, Detective. Thank you as well. That dinner invitation still stands if you choose to accept it. Get up, walk out.
Detective Baker is my favorite NPC so far this campaign.
100%.
Been a lot of good ones in this campaign, to be fair.
We have a really long number of sessions left,
Hence the so far.
which is
To me,
why
you
I'm
are-
I can squee about this game while I'm playing this game.
Timmy, you are still stuck in the security closet with Rhonda. She was paying you 0 mind.
Mm-hmm.
She handed you a juice box at one point.
I mean, I'll happily drink it.
That's about it. That's all you're getting. She kind of suggested you call your parents, but she didn't really care. That's not her job. She's just making sure you don't get lost. And your phone rings.
Hmm?
It's your house number.
Hmm? Wait. Hello?
Hi.
All right.
It is your mom.
Uh-huh.
Where are you?
The hospital right now.
Do you get hurt?
No.
Oh my god, were you in that explosion?
Yeah, we went down there for turkey legs and hot dogs, and somebody decided to blow it
Is
up.
Jason okay?
That's why I'm here. He was okay-ish.
Okay.
Last I saw, I haven't gotten an update from anybody yet.
Okay,
Uh,
what? Should I come down there? Does he need something?
You know what? Go ahead. Come on down.
I'll come down. I'll bring like his insurance card and a spare change of clothes and maybe a snack. I know hospital food is like not the best.
Sounds great.
Oh my god, that's not what I was calling.
Okay, what's up?
Did you cancel our phone plans?
No.
Cause like my phone and your dad's phone, neither are working.
Hold on a second. I swipe it to the side. Check the lines.
They're both on hold.
Hmm.
They're both on hold.
Okay. Does it say why?
It says contact customer service.
I'll switch back over to. Let me call them in after we get done with the
Oh,
hospital.
I'm not okay. Also, the police came back. I
Okay.
didn't really know what to tell him. Is there like some other trouble that I don't know about?
Not that I know of.
Because they were asking like all sorts of weird questions, and I was just like, I don't know, to most of them. But I mean, it's weird for them to be like asking where your normal hangouts are. I mean, you're like however old you are. I don't know. They were like asking like where you were at the time, when I expected you back, like what your routine is like daily, like where you hang out, do you have any close friends or relatives, like all kinds of stuff. So like what did you do?
I don't know.
Like for real don't know, or like
For real, don't know.
okay, well, I guess like get the phone thing figured out and I'll come by the hospital. Where are you? Like at the hospital? Are you in his room?
No. I'm in an office with Miss Rhonda.
Who's Miss Rhonda?
She's security.
Oh, okay.
because they didn't want me to get lost.
That's really thoughtful of them.
She
Oh,
gave
God.
me and it was great.
Okay.
I just kind of look at her and look and smile.
She just kind of like over the top of her phone. Okay. I will be there to come get you. I don't know how long it's going to take me because the streets are insane right now. Like, just traffic is at a standstill around Central Park. So I'm gonna have to, like, you know. I will be there like ASAP. Okay.
Okay.
Do you need anything?
I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna start digging into what's going on, like maybe with finances or anything floating around.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
Oh, go online banking's a thing. Let me pull up the phone, check my accounts.
Okay.
Everything where it's supposed to be.
Seems normal.
Okay. Try to process the payment on the lines.
Lines are on hold. No payment can be processed at this time.
Okay. I can't call customer service right now. Okay. I'll figure that out when I get a chance. Is anything else messed up?
Like what?
I'm gonna check into Jason's stuff.
Like what stuff though?
His insurance, any services that we provide, or that I provide for him.
Okay. Like insurance, medical, car insurance, life insurance, all of that is still current.
Okay. I want to make sure he isn't, hosed by this thing blowing up. I can rebuild. Jason might have a harder time.
And all of your digging and all of your accounts as you sit there with Rhonda trying to figure out what else is like digitally misplaced. It seems like the only thing that is weird right this second are those 2 phone lines that you cannot change, you cannot cancel, you cannot pay on, you cannot do anything.
Okay. Because the payments were up to date, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the time? Okay.
At the time?
It wasn't a lapsed payment.
I don't know. Do you pay your bills?
Yeah, I pay my bills.
Auto draft.
As far as you know, it wasn't.
Huh? I might be a hustler, but I'm an honest one. Okay, yeah. When I get a second, I wait like 5 minutes or so after the phone call and everything. Can I use the bathroom?
Just kind of like grunts and waves.
Thanks. I pop out and ask somebody which way to the bathroom.
A nurse kind of looks at you and then just holds a hand out. She's gonna guide you to the bathroom.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, upstairs, Dr. Gentry has a phone call.
Yeah, making that phone call. Going specifically to my office, closing the door and making the phone call to not be overheard.
That was like 3.5 minutes. Not cool.
Sorry. It's a bit of a hectic day here at the hospital. There was an explosion in Central
Yeah.
Park, apparently.
Not my problem. I pay you to answer my calls.
Yes, sir, that you do.
Yes, sir, I do. How is it going?
We're making some progress. It's slow going, unfortunately. I'm gonna see if, because I don't remember exactly how far along you said it was. Oh, you didn't.
No.
Great. So far, the best guess I have is it's a random occurrence or stuff linked to some sort of mythology.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing
Your answer
concrete
to
that I'm finding in
science
terms
is
of-
mythology?
There's nothing concrete that I'm finding, sir, in
Then look
DNA.
harder. I thought you were a genius. What the fuck?
I am a genius, sir, but you're asking me to figure out immortality, how to reverse it, and how to give it to other people.
Yeah,
To do that,
that is
sir,
what I'm
I
paying
need-
you for. Bro.
Sir, to do that, I need subjects that are immortals already,
Oh.
as you have called them. That way I can try and reverse engineer their DNA.
What happened to the 4
Define-
samples I sent you? You said you were working on new formulations. You said that was enough stem cells for a few batches.
We've got a test sample ready. However, sir, if you have someone you would specifically like me to test giving immortality to, point them out to me, please. Because I'm not going to give it to just some random bum off the street.
Ew, why not? That's what they're for.
Because I'd like to make sure it works first.
Like lab rats, you know? I thought you understood, like, the hierarchy of life.
Sir, as you've told me many times, I am book smart. I am not street smart.
No shit. Hold on. Is he kind of like... If keyboard tapping can be decidedly annoyed, that's just
Oh,
what's
it can.
blasting into your
You
ear.
can't even hear that. Hang on here, I got you. But I fuck everything up on my screen. Jesus Christ.
It's the DMV all over again.
Oh my god, she's still there. Okay. First of all... Wait a minute. As he tap some more. That bitch I sent to you? She's still there. First of all, try that shit on her. Second of all, there's this guy. Hold on. As he like, yeah, it is. As he like emails you just a picture of Jason's license. This dude's a pain in the fucking ass. Say not? Just a step above bum, you know?
I understand, sir.
Do you?
I do. I will.
Because you said you were like book smart, but not street smart, and this is kind of a street smart deal.
Wish for me to utilize the sample on Mr. Wild, a patient that just currently came in for an explosion.
And Naomi, maybe. Honestly, if something happened to her, I wouldn't be that upset. What am I gonna do with the one-handed bitch? She can't even tie her own shoes.
They do make prosthetics, sir, and in this day and age, they are
Oh,
quite a
who's
bit.
gonna have to design and pay for that? Not worth it. She got herself shot. I don't care. Be smart. It's not like she was like that important.
Yes,
There's 2 options right there, book smart.
yes, sir. I will
sir.
get on right on that for you.
Great working with you, Doc.
Have a wonderful rest of your day, Mr. Trust.
Oop.
Fucking prick.
Ring.
He does pay for the research. That's the only thing he does. He pays for the research. All right. I leave my office and I'm going to the lab. My lab, specifically.
Okay.
And grabbing the sample.
Cool. Jason, as you're like drifting in and out of consciousness, no one's come by to like reel you away to X-ray or anything like that. If you know anything about anything, they probably already took X-rays at some point.
Yeah.
So you're not really expecting anyone.
I've been blown up before.
There's like a quiet knock at your door.
Yeah.
This is awkward. Can I come in?
Is it the mom? Okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
You recognize the voice as one you've heard before, but not often enough to be able to place it immediately.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, are you naked?
No. Checks covers.
The door kind of creaks open. And for a second, you don't really recognize her because she is completely without makeup, hair down, a little greasy, like in a hospital scrubs.
Right.
But it's Naomi.
Hey, you're alive. That's good. I'm glad.
I guess, kind of, in a way. You are blown up?
Yep.
By who?
Someone who hates nerds, I guess.
That doesn't narrow it down a lot, to be honest.
I know. I don't know. Somebody blew up a fucking Renaissance thing in Central Park.
She kind of like peeks behind her shoulder like she's expecting someone to come up behind her and slips on in, closing the door behind herself.
How's your hand?
She holds it up. It is from like wrist up, it is just gauze.
Okay, so. All right, cool. That answers that. All right, awesome. Great.
What answers what?
Fucking Detective Baker said that it was all some kind of prank or something, and like your dude got up, freaking my kid wasn't cut by a sword on his back, so I figured somebody like messed with my gun and put it in blanks, but you still have a hole in your hand from grabbing my gun, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Ask a question.
Why would you try to grab a gun?
I thought I was gonna be fast enough to
Then a
keep from
bullet?
shooting my. I was grabbing for the gun, not for like the front of the gun. Okay, that's not my thing. I'm a glorified receptionist. I make appointments. I talk to donors. Like, I don't get into gunfights in the middle of an event.
I try not to get into gunfights in the middle of. Okay, so you're telling me that your boss, for realsies, came at an 11-year-old kid with a sword.
I don't know exactly who the kid is. Pretty sure he's not 11.
I've seen his birth certificate. Definitely 11.
Okay, yeah, like birth certificates can't be faked. Okay.
Why would you fake a birth certificate for an 11-year-old?
Because you have to. After a while.
No, they... What? That... Okay. Sure.
Was he hurt?
No, the detective said it was all some kind of prank. Your boss told the detective that it was all some kind of
You
staged
11-year-old.
show.
You 11-year-old. You like big time hero out of there.
Again, no. Your boss said that it was all some kind of staged thing, and the 11-year-old, when we got home, was perfectly fine. Even though I totally tended to a cut on his back when I got him out of the room with your boss.
Almost like it's almost like it healed really fast.
I'm bodyguarding the Wolverine. Got it.
I don't know, how old is the Wolverine?
I don't fucking know. I haven't looked at comics since I was Timmy's age. What are you trying to tell me, Naomi? That you're sorry for trying to be part of some weird prank gone wrong? Because I'm sorry for shooting you in the hand if you're looking for an apology.
I'm not looking for an apology. I'm just... Oh, okay. I was kind of wondering how much you knew. Otherwise, this is really awkward.
There's a healing chat.
Okay. I don't. I've worked for Mr. Trust for 6.5 years now. Started from like mailroom, right?
Right.
And in those 6 years, he hasn't aged a day. Do you understand what I'm saying?
He's Wolverine?
Whatever he is, I think your kid is... Maximo promised me if I stuck with him long enough, if I devoted my life to his stuff, if I was loyal and helped him do whatever he wanted, whatever he asked, no matter what it was. He said that one day he would make me like him. And like, you know, how can you pass that up?
I mean, so there's not a lot of things I wouldn't do to become a billionaire. I think I speak for almost everybody in our country when I say that. Play the lottery every week. But I don't know. I appreciate you trying to tell me that Maximo's unhinged, but I kind of got that when he came after a kid with a sword.
He's okay. It's not my job. It's not my job to explain. Okay, good luck.
Again, sorry about your hand.
She kind of lifts it up and waves it around. If there were fingers, there might only be one up. And she ducks on out of the room.
Pulling the IV out, because clearly the drugs here are making people crazy.
Back in Central Park, Bjorn, Verso, what do you do as soon as you're free?
I don't say very much while I'm still within a police perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
But I sort of gesture to Verso. Shall we?
Feel free to go on your way. I'm going to go home and I am going to change out of this armor and go on with the rest of my trip.
Home? The hotel?
Yes. Like, touches head, like shakes it a bit. His brain is a little jumbled after the quickening.
Verso? May I call you Verso?
Of course.
Thank you. In this day and age, people know me as Bjorn.
Well, it was
Verso.
a pleasure to meet you, Bjorn.
Thank you. I try. I should warn you. I have very good reason to believe that that's not the only quickening New York will see this week.
It hardly ever is, especially in this day and age.
Sad but true. the thing is, I have been personally, the people I love have been threatened. And while I don't keep most of the values from my old life, this one I do. There are lines that have been crossed, and someone is trying to call me out to a duel. It wasn't you by chance, was it?
Of course not. I do not start duels.
Verso,
But if you and your loved ones run into any more trouble, you seem like a good man. So, here is my number.
oh, I haven't been called that in a very long time.
Don't make me redact that statement, then.
I won't make you redact it. It's just most people don't call me that. Verso. Suffice to say, there are more of us around. And I know at least one of them is out for my head. And I also know that there are quite a few like us who aren't that particular about which head they take.
Mm-hmm.
Please be on your guard. And I give you my number as well.
All right.
As you guys kind of go your separate ways, if you could roll me perception or insight, whichever one you want. Just roll one last opportunity to see anything of note. Okay. As you part ways and kind of start wandering off in sort of opposite directions. Verso, you're still kind of half immersed in the stress of the duel and sorting through these new pieces of memories that aren't your own, kind of trying to compartmentalize them away in a place they won't get through to you when you can't really process them. There's so much sorrow and distress around you. It feels like war. And it's been a long time since you've actually been to war, but it's a feeling you'll never forget. You're less affected by any of this. Judging by your attitude toward the whole affair, it's whatever, it happens, not your problem, you didn't do it. And as you walk past a line of officers, one girl in particular catches your gaze, your eyes. She's fairly wounded, but she's conscious, so the EMTs haven't gotten to her yet. She's sitting on the ground, inconsolably weeping. In her lap, just like an insulated bag. Everyone else is kind of walking around her, absorbed in their own trauma, their own stress. And she's not trying to leave, so the officers are kind of ignoring her for now. But that is an extreme of reactions. So you take note of it.
An insulated bag?
Mm-hmm.
Like a DoorDash bag or something? That kind of insulated bag?
Mm-hmm. In fact, as you kind of like focus on it, there's like a logo on it that says Move Food, which is this universe's version of DoorDash, because we're not slandering DoorDash on this channel.
Okay. So is she like weeping into the like in general, or is she like staring at the bag and weeping?
She's got her arms wrapped around it like you kind of would if you were a child, a teddy bear or a blanket. Yeah. She's just clasping it to her chest as she's openly crying.
Does she look like a dasher or a mover?
She's. What do you expect a
Overdr-
dasher mover to look like?
Well, there's overdressed for the job. There's underdressed for the job. And then there's dressed in a way completely out of character with the job.
Man, I just
Like,
dashed in my pajamas. I don't know about anyone else.
Thank you. She's got like sweatpants and UGG boots and like a long sleeve t-shirt on.
All right.
Off-brand
How old is this
UGG boots.
How Stompa. How old does this person look?
Mid-20s at best.
Okay. I have one thing I'm deeply afraid of, but unfortunately, every sixth sense I have tells me there's something that I would need to know about this. And at what time? Okay, well, let's be the determining factor. What time of day is it?
It's been a while between the LARP and the duel and the police response. We're getting late afternoon into evening as the sun just starts to really dip down toward the horizon.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Versa, where do you go? Or do you stop when he stops?
Nah, I'm gonna say my mind is still clouded with everything. And I do go back to my hotel room with the intentions to get out of my heavy armor, clean off any blood that might have remained within the cracks of the armor. And yeah, we're gonna switch into jeans and a New York Knights sweatshirt and some sneakers and try to process the events of the day, question if I should go to the hospital or not, because as much as I'd love to check on any people that were, hurt, maybe see if there are any more immortals that were in Central Park at the time. Wait, I don't remember. Last week, was it just Bjorn that I saw walk up to me, or did I also see any other party members?
I believe you also at least caught a glimpse of Timmy at some point. You knew there was at least one other immortal because you sensed them as you walked by.
Okay.
Clippy clopped
You would've-
by.
We would have pegged 3 then, right? Me, Timmy, and whoever was in the king's tent.
Timmy or
the
Jason.
night-
Remember, we were so close in proximity that
Excuse me.
Right.
The duo.
If that's the case, I think I would just hop by the hospital and see if there is anyone that I could check on.
Okay. Cool.
And
In that case, go ahead.
sorry, I would also maybe pick up a sandwich or something on the way down.
Yeah. Just to kind of sort of bring people a little bit together again, we'll say you kind of wander into the ER about the same time as Timmy's being led to the bathroom. So you're able to see him. You would recognize him if you wanted to say anything. But both of you, your tingle senses, your danger sense,
Or Peter
you do
Tingle.
go off. You are close enough that you do know each other is there.
Tim just he's going to try to play it off as much as he can because he doesn't want to give away that he senses it.
Okay.
There does not say anything because Timmy is being led away, and he doesn't want to interfere if he was hurt and doesn't want to stop him from getting treatment. But his eyes do track him as he goes across the hospital.
Okay. Hit me off to the bathroom? or are you gonna try some shit?
Off to the bathroom.
Okay.
Get to the bathroom.
Then try
Pull out the
shit.
phone. Then try shit. Yep. Pull out the phone. Make some calls to customer service.
Okay.
And I will use. Let's see. What name did I? I'd have probably used my dad's name for the account, right?
Your dad or your mom, one of your parents.
Yeah. I'm gonna use one of my abilities.
Okay.
Copycat.
Okay.
And I will, copy their voice as I speak on the phone to try to talk to customer service.
Okay. Customer service answers normal customer service spiel. What do you specifically say?
Yes. I see there's a hold on my account. What's the problem?
After, obviously grabbing the phone number and name and PIN and security code and social security number and all of the identifying information you have to hand over to get access to account information these days because the man is trying to drag you down.
Yep.
The lady on the phone is like, yeah, I see there is a hold. It is a tier 4 hold. I do not have access to tier 4 information. Can I grab your contact information and we're just gonna have to get back with you? I'll have one of my supervisors contact you as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'll hold on to my son's phone and I'll give the number to my phone.
Okay. Okay. All right. And what's the best time to contact you?
Evenings.
Evenings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Little tippy taps. Okay. It can take 1 to 2 business days to get to this level of authorization. I'm so sorry for the delay. If you have any questions, feel free to call us back. Just between you and me, even these calls are a little recorded. If you complain a lot, sometimes things happen faster.
I understand. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for being a loyal and a great customer. Bye.
As soon as she does that, I start to think, you know what? I've got some folks I can call. Who would I know that has some influence in the tech or the mobile industry? Yeah.
Do you
My wealthy
have?
friends.
Well, besides the woman whose hand got shut off.
No.
Do you have a specific talent or feat you're trying to use?
Yeah, my ability, powerful friends.
What kind of games do you normally play?
Honestly, probably the ones that are more time consuming that take grinds to get anywhere.
Like Fable.
Yeah,
Like World of
I have
Warcraft.
time.
Which
World of Warcraft. Anything that would require a time investment.
Okay. I will say you have the phone number for Vice President of Innovations of Epic Quest Games, also located in New York City.
Okay.
Her name is Helen Stone.
Helen Stone, I like it. Epic Quest Games. Okay. You know what? I'll give her a phone call right quick.
Who does she know you as?
Probably as Edgin.
Edgin?
Mm-hmm.
And what does she know about Edgin?
She knows she's played the games with him a few times.
It's like a beta tester.
Yeah, he's been around a while. And I used just random, early 20s voice that I've heard.
Okay.
Hello.
Obviously, I haven't seen this person face to face.
Okay. She answers. And she's like mid conversation with somebody else as you go, but after like wrapping up that conversation, she's like, "Again, did you finish?
Hey.
Did you finish Mega Quest 3 yet?"
I mean, yeah, it was awesome.
Oh yeah, I was looking forward to your notes. Have you gotten them over to me? I haven't checked my email in the last.
No, I
14
haven't.
minutes.
I haven't been home long enough to send an email yet. Yeah, we were out. I was at the that Ren Fair that was going on in Central Park. It was insane.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
That is
I wasn't.
insane.
I don't know what in the world. Somebody went nutters.
Oh my God, we're hearing all kinds of rumors out here. What happened? Can you tell me?
I was going between the tents, eating a turkey leg. Next thing I know, everybody's hitting the dirt. There's an explosion.
That is like straight out of a movie. I'm gonna like
Right?
not to be insensitive, but I feel like we could make something. Anyway, what did you need?
Hey, do you know anybody over at insert mobile company here?
Do I know anybody at that? What department?
It'd be the higher ups.
Higher ups. Oh boy, I know we were partnering with them a little while ago for like a 3 months free for like an MMO. We were kind of like working on. Maybe. What did you need?
I just had some troubles, and there was a lock on my backup phone, and I was trying to figure out why there's a lock on it.
Like you
And they just
forgot your PIN?
no, they said it was locked out, like, and I don't know what happened.
I mean, that seems like a low level problem. If you
I
know
thought so too.
what I mean.
But when I called, they said they couldn't do anything at customer service.
Okay. All right. Since you're gonna email me anyway with your report for the game, right? Yeah, Tim?
Absolutely.
Edkin? Yeah. Okay. Since you're gonna email me anyway, send me over the phone numbers and the name of the account and like last 4 digits of the social so I can try to get some information for you. They might tell me to honestly, eat desk is not their problem. But I will try. I promise.
I
You
appreciate
just
that.
need access again?
I was just wondering where the lock would come from.
Okay.
Like, I don't really.
Block
I
on
was-
the numbers, sure.
When I called them, they said it was a tier 4.
Here, that means nothing. I have no idea.
I don't know
It
either.
could either
They
be
just said it
really
was
low or
higher
really
up.
high. I have
Yeah,
no
they
idea.
just said it was not above the customer service.
Huh.
But I want.
Did you
I was
piss
just-
somebody off?
I don't know. Didn't think so.
Okay. Well, you know what? You spent your luck escaping from an explosion today.
Yeah,
And I'll see what I can do.
I just wanted my damn turkey leg.
Right. You know what? Protein is important.
Turkey legs are delicious, and they only come around when the Ren Fair's in town.
Mm. Well, I hope you get that soon. Just give me your note. Give me the notes.
I
Just
will.
give me the
I
notes.
promise.
And the information. I'll see what I can find.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Megan.
All right. Hang up. Takes a breath because that's exhausting. Duplicating voices like that. And gives a good flush. Washes hands because that's important, especially in a hospital. And goes out.
Okay. Back to Dr. Gentry. So you go to the lab.
Mm-hmm.
What
Pull
do
out
you
the
do in the lab?
tray of the 4 samples, 3 of which have already been prepped, and made into the new formula and everything. Well, you did say to use Naomi, so that's one. We'll use Mr. Wiles as a backup. Stick those 2 in my lab coat pocket.
Okay.
And we're going to take the third one just as well. Just in case. Stick the fourth one back in the fridge.
Just in case. Do you grab anything else while you're up there in the lab?
Oh. Trying to think of what I would possibly need from the lab.
I'm just asking. It's not a prompt.
No, I don't think I need anything else from the lab.
Okay. From the lab, where do you go?
Gonna go check on Miss Naomi in her room. See how things are going with her recently amputated hand from her
Okay.
gunshot wound.
You open the door to her floor, to her room on the floor. And the bed is empty.
I'm gonna go over to the nurse's station on her floor. The patient in room da 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 da. Was she discharged already? Any idea where she possibly would have gone?
Was she on restrictions? Because I don't see restrictions.
I don't believe she was. I was just going in to check on her, and she's not in there.
Nope. No idea.
Okay.
We're a little short-handed up here. Everyone went down to the ER.
That's true. Hopefully everything goes.
The 216 hasn't had enough ice all day.
216 had had enough ice all day.
Not enough ice. Not enough popsicles. Not enough ice. Not enough ices.
I'll see if I can get some popsicles brought.
Mr.
up.
Freeze over there will not stop asking.
I'll see if I can get some popsicles brought up from the cafeteria.
He's had 12. You want to write a script for popsicles? Because that's the only way I'm going to get more popsicles from the cafeteria. Just write it. Just write it right here. Write popsicles. Well, if you're not going to do that, then no, I don't know where Naomi went.
Okay. And so if he keeps asking for more, just tell him we're out at this point.
I'm going to tell him his insurance is no longer covering popsicles.
I don't think his insurance covers popsicles anyway. But
Yeah,
thank you.
can bill them.
Hopefully things go well for you for the rest of the day.
Oh, they're
I go back
not. But thanks.
So I said hopefully for the rest of the day, and I'm walking back to the elevator, going back down to Jason's floor.
As you exit the elevator and kind of round the corner to where his room is, oh, guess what? You found Naomi. She is like sneaking out of his room.
Oh, well, Miss Naomi.
Yeah. She like backs up a little.
Everything all right? Your room's up. Insert floor number here.
Is it? I think, okay.
How's your hand?
Hasn't grown back yet.
Because I'm not sweating a bit. Or in church.
Miss Naomi, come with me. I'll escort you back up to your room before I go and check on Mr. Wild again.
Do I have to go back up there?
Unless you're hungry, then you can go down to the cafeteria. But I would prefer it if patrons stayed in their rooms. Especially with what's going on currently down in the ER and that whole mess from Central Park.
Fine. I'm going back to my room, she says entirely too loud.
And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna escort her back to her room.
Sort of drags her feet, looking back like she's expecting someone to, but nobody does.
As soon as I get her back in her room,
Like,
Miss Naomi,
torture
could you please tell me
With my
why-
one second, with my passive perception of 14, given that she was just outside my door, did I hear like any of that exchange?
You at least heard her talk very loudly about how she's going back to her room in a way that, like, is really suspicious. Like, she meant for you to hear.
I feel bad about shooting her hand, even though it was her own fault. Jason's gonna lag behind, but he is gonna follow.
Okay.
Like, he's not gonna get on the elevator with them, but he'll wait to see what floor it gets off, because hospital elevators all have those displays. Then he'll just take the stairs. Actually, can't be that many floors above me or whatever.
It's just one floor.
Okay, cool.
One floor above you. On the little surgical floor.
Just make it aware that Jason is following,
Okay.
doing his bodyguard duties.
Naomi.
For someone who's not his charge.
Out of guilt. Out of guilt.
Naomi sort of drags her feet a little, but eventually you two get back to her room.
As soon as we're in the room, I close the door, standing against the
Does
door.
that have to be closed, though? Can you not?
For what I'm going to talk to you about, Miss Naomi, I would prefer it be closed.
Oh, God.
You're,
She, like, sits at the edge of the bed.
like I said, I'm leaning against the door, so keeping that distance between us for her. Miss Naomi, you're aware of what our mutual benefactor pays me for, right?
Huh?
You're aware of what? Are you aware of what Mr. Trust pays me for? Pays me for research and development on. And as fictitious as it's going to sound, trying to find a way to produce and reverse immortality.
Oh. Thank God. Okay. Uh-huh. I thought he paid you to kill people.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah,
Christ.
that's the kind of people you would get to kill people because they don't. I'm not trying to give you ideas.
I before I ever started receiving payments from him for research and development on it, I was first and foremost a doctor, Miss Naomi. I still took my Hippocratic oath.
Okay.
I'm not going to kill someone just because of a check. I'm not a hitman.
That's literally what people do. Are you a doctor? I thought.
I am.
Okay. Go ahead with your monologue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're all right. Mr. Trust seems to think that you are no longer useful to him. I, however, believe there may still be some use for you.
Please say that's when I get to the door to eavesdrop.
Ding! Elevator is open.
And it isn't that he was taking the stairs.
Yeah. One floor.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Only
Ding.
the stairs.
Automatic doors open.
I'm going to pull out one of the
You really need to say so many more words before you leave exactly where you are.
That's why I said I'm just pulling it up then. This is a formula that I have developed with the help of stem cells that Mr. Trust has graciously donated. I did not ask questions as to where he got them. All he said is that they were from others like himself.
Okay.
If it works, it will grant you immortality. And I'm going to hold it out to her. The choice is yours.
About the time you can eavesdrop just fine, Jason. Just fine.
What What the fuck is wrong with these people in this hospital? Because everybody's talking about immortality.
You're not sent to kill me?
No.
Pinky swear?
I mean, we're both adults. And I have no reason to harm you.
He literally just talked about how money. You know what? Okay. Fine.
Like, it's still just holding it out for her.
Gonna knock
I
on the
don't know
door.
What?
Knocking on the door.
I don't know what to do with that, but
And it's just,
okay. 1 minute.
You good?
I don't know yet. Did you actually follow me?
Yeah.
Oh man, now I feel bad.
Mr. Wild, please go back to your room.
Dr. Immortality. Fuck off.
I said, okay.
I'm going to lean off of the door, turn around and open it. If you'd like to continue listening, and Mr. Wild, you're welcome to come in. And I will explain to you exactly what I have just explained to Miss Naomi.
Hey, anything that prefaces with "you're no longer useful," here's a syringe, generally probably not a good idea, Naomi, but you do whatever you want. This is your conscience check. Whatever. Starts heading back downstairs to his room.
If they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me anyway.
Just saying, if what you guys are crazy talking is real, I've survived twice. You can keep going too.
I did one reckless thing and I have no hand.
Which is my fault, not their fault. Again, I'm sorry. So count this as me trying to do the right thing here and being like, hey, maybe don't trust the people you think might be trying to kill you. Whether it's him with the sword or it's his science flunky. I'm just saying. Awfully convenient. Hey, you're no longer useful, but this might give you immortality. Does that sound right? Does that make sense to you? I thought you were a smart broad.
Also a little desperate? Okay. What would you do?
Not take that. He calls down the hallway because I said specifically, like, Jason's gonna leave.
Close the door. Are you accepting the offer, Miss Naomi? And I'm still staring at the door, have not turned around after closing the door.
No, and I think I'd like to go home now, please.
Okay. Unfortunately, because of what you know, you're not able to go home. I will have to have you admitted to the psych ward.
You can't do that.
A
I'm
psychological
just
break?
gonna tell them nothing. The psych ward.
A psychological break where you believe your former employer is immortal.
If I don't say that to anyone, it doesn't happen.
Say what can and can't happen, Miss Naomi.
Exactly.
No stealth roll or anything. If I hear her yell for me, just right back down the hall. Big, angry ex-army bodyguard stomping.
Perfect.
without the boots.
Meanwhile, we're gonna give someone else a.
I can roll intimidation if you'd like.
The door's closed. There's no one to see you immediately, so
I mean, he's seen me. If he can hear me, that might be intimidating.
that's fair. But no.
Godzilla comes down the hall.
All right. Verso, you're at the hospital. You see Timmy. You just kind of let him go.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything
plan
you
to
actually
stick
intend to
around.
do?
Yeah, I'm gonna wander around and see how people, especially those who are unconscious and not doing so great, are doing now. If they are accepting visitors, of course.
I'll think on that one for a minute. Bjorn, what are you doing?
At the end of the day, Bjorn is still a soft touch. So Bjorn sort of walks up carefully, slowly, towards this woman who's crying inconsolably. Does my spidey sense go off?
Nope.
Then I walk up to her. I kneel down and I say, "Are you all right, miss?"
Kind of like flinches away from you, like gaze flicking over you, like she's looking for something in particular.
I put a hand up so that I'm not touching. Are you all right? I believe that about as far as I can throw the Empire State Building. May I ask what's wrong?
She just kind of like looks around.
Does this have something to do with what's in that bag?
There's nothing in the bag. There's nothing.
Is somebody making you hold that bag?
I don't think you're close enough. You can roll perception if you'd like.
I would love to.
Okay. The way the bag is kind of like crumpled up against her chest, there's probably really nothing inside of it. She's got her phone grasped in her other hand, and like keys kind of looped around a pinky finger, like she was on her way somewhere when everything went to shit.
My name is Bjorn. What's your name?
Amy.
Amy. It's a lovely name. Amy, so you're aware, I'm not with the police or anything like that, and I have no desire to get anyone in trouble. Okay? Trust me. I'm probably the first person they'll look for eventually.
So it's not honestly that reassuring.
You had to be in Italy that one time. Don't worry about it. Amy, is there a reason that you aren't standing up or doing something?
We're just supposed to sit and wait for someone to do. And also, my back kind of hurts. I just want to go home.
All right, Amy. I gesture over to I'm assuming there's a park bench somewhere within sight.
Sure.
Would you be more comfortable sitting on that bench over there?
It said we shouldn't move.
You shouldn't move at all.
Someone would come.
Hey. Someone's gonna come collect you? Or someone's gonna come for what's in the bag?
Please. There's nothing in the bag, man.
Okay.
She just kind of like holds it out.
I glance down in there.
There's nothing currently in the bag.
Okay. Why would... I'm sorry, I just saw Matt talking in my corner vision. All right. Amy,
I'm never gonna go home again.
where is home?
Just like on 73rd.
Because if you want, I have a preacher friend of mine, Father Dominic, who might be able to give us a hand getting you home. Here's his card.
They're gonna come find me.
Who?
I'm gonna be in jail forever.
Amy, why would they want to put you in jail forever?
I didn't even mean to do anything. I don't know that I did anything, but I feel.
Okay. If you didn't do anything, then you have nothing to be afraid of.
It's not
And
true,
honestly-
man. I've seen Law and Order. I've seen the CSI, man.
Yeah. Do I look like a cop?
I'm gonna die in jail. I was trying to make some money. But I can't babysit. I hate kids.
Can I roll a perception real quick to see if this is that nun?
It's not that nun. I just
It's
saw
not
it.
that nun?
It is not that nun.
Okay. Sorry, because if so, I was about to have myself a moment. All right. How about this? The people who are going to come get you will be able to find you. Right? Is this what you're saying to me?
It's right there, dude.
Okay. If they were going to do something,
Cameras all over the place.
Amy, if they were going to do something, they'd have done it by now.
You need paraben-free shampoo. You can't get that in jail.
Tell you what. I know for a fact there's a cafe right over there where both of us can sit down and get a cup of coffee. Because I can tell you probably could use one about as much as I could. So how about this?
Green tea?
If they have it, then sure. My treat. I offer her a hand up.
Still like clutching phone and bag in one hand. She'll take
That's
the
fine.
other one.
And I
Ranger just ran up here. Bless his
I
heart.
saw him run out of under the curtain. And I was like, "Oh, Ranger's on his way." He heard Mom said.
Yeah.
Don't deserve him. He's so sweet. I'm sorry. He just like
Hey.
shoved his head in the door and was like, "Cool." Left again.
like, you're right.
That's this boy.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's something worth celebrating. Tell you what, we're gonna go grab ourselves a green tea and a coffee, and then I think we'll both feel better after having had a chance to sit down and think about things for a minute. Okay?
Do you want to try to roll persuasion to help you?
Persuasion. Hey!
Nice. She sniffles in a way that she's clearly been crying for a while. There's no air passing through her nostrils whatsoever. It is just
Oh yeah.
just epic. Well, it's not. But she takes your hand and kind of gets her feet under herself and stands up.
I offer her a handkerchief.
Trembling, she doesn't take it. She's not going to get snot in your cloth.
Okay, shall we?
How are you gonna get out of this little containment area?
Well, they let me walk in.
It's still part of the roped off officer perimetered area.
Simple. I'm going to walk with her calmly over to the rope, lift it, and go underneath as if I have every right to do so, as if I'm escorting a suspect.
So deception?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll that, or should I just try to bluster first?
No, I'm gonna make you roll it. Nice. You're in no way uniformed.
Nope.
The police force has never seen you before in their lives.
Nope.
But you
Which is
escort
how
this
you know I'm
crying
good.
woman to
Which
the
is how you
police
know I'm
tank
good at undercover.
with such confidence and blind arrogance, really, that no one stops you.
I got the cop walk. And I escort her across the street, looking both ways, waiting at the light, and go into the blah 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 cafe and get her a green tea and me a coffee and maybe a croissant.
Okay.
Would you like anything?
She's gonna bypass food, but we're gonna hop.
Okay.
We'll hop back over to Timmy. It's been a minute. Timmy, what you doing?
I do. When I exit the bathroom, is the nurse still there? Or...
Nurse is still waiting.
Okay. Yeah. Can I go see Jason?
Who? Jason? I don't know.
I came in with Jason. He was hurt.
Where did you call your parents? Are they
Yes,
coming? Are they
it-
here?
They're on the way.
Okay.
Traffic outside is insane.
Okay. Come here, honey. I'm gonna have to look it up. Do you know his last name?
Wild.
Wild. Do you know how to spell that?
I'm. No, this is me not remembering.
Yes, it's with an E. You would know that
Thank
because
you.
you pay my payroll.
Yep. Thank you. WILDE.
Okay, sweetheart. Let's see. Okay, he's been admitted, but I'm seeing here he's out for tests. Do you just want to sit and wait for him?
All right, I'll wait. Just
Okay.
let me know when I can go see him.
No, I'm gonna go make a phone call and see if I can get his nurse to give me an update, maybe an idea of how long it's gonna be for him to be ready to see you. I just don't, I want to make sure he's feeling up to visitors,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, sweetie, are you hungry?
I'm okay, thank you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's been a super long day.
No,
Do you need to talk about anything? I mean, you've been through a lot.
I'm okay. I play video games a lot.
Oh, okay, that's what's wrong with this generation.
It is.
Sweetheart.
Like, and he's just kind of look and you can feel in the back of his eyes. He's just like, oh, this kind.
I'm not gonna
He's
lie.
used
It's
to
might
it,
be my
but
favorite interaction this whole game so far.
He's used to it, but
Just
at the
the
same
quiet
time, he's
rage
like,
is the best. She leads you back toward where you came from. Again, you pass Verso. Again, you set off each other's alarms.
I look over with a look in the eyes. Help!
Jesus. Oh God, quick thinking. All right.
Yeah, help him, Verso. Let's go.
Shit. uh,
You're Italian. Roll to seduce.
I know. Give me a second. You know what? We are gonna spin around. Excuse me.
To who?
Who is Timmy
Timmy or-
with? What are the?
Tell by her scrubs and like the little name tag and the stethoscope. She's probably a nurse. Yeah. Are you lost?
Oh, actually, I was wondering if you couldn't point me towards. I wish I could have caught his name. Do you know if there were any LARPers that were dressed as knights? I had a bit of a pretend duel with him before the explosion occurred, and I wanted to see if he was okay.
Oh my. Do you have any more information than that? Because a lot of these people are dressed as knights.
So while Verso's talking to the nurse, I'm just kind of slowly backing away and then blend out.
Give me a stealth.
Sure.
Emperor!
Do you have any more information? Also, are you hurt? Are you a patient here? What are you doing back here?
You know what? I might roll a performance check to see if I can portray a look of a little bit of underlying panic in my eyes so that she like maybe feels more inclined to help me and not pay attention to her surroundings.
Okay. Okay.
Channel the opera.
Huh?
Channel the opera.
To me, while she is distracted, you are able to kind of like Homer Simpson through the bushes. Just
And as I back up, just a quick
Holy crap! Okay.
those LARP skills come in clutch. She is like all of a sudden like, oh my god, do
Oh
you
my
need to
God.
sit down? You seem so upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh gosh, no, just take big deep breaths. Big deep breaths. It's really important to stay grounded. Like, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch. You know the drill. Okay? We're okay.
Okay.
We're okay. Do you have a name?
I am better so.
No, oh honey, not your name. Not your name. Like the name of the person you're looking for, like a description, hair color, eye color, armor color.
Oh, I can't tell if it was it lighter, was it rusted? Maybe light rust, black, brown hair.
Also, to be honest, like a lot of the armor was already cut off by the time people got in here, so that might not be. You know what? How about you leave your name and number, and if anyone asks about you, we'll give you a call. Otherwise, if you don't have like direct family or friends or relatives, like in the ER right now, we're gonna need some space.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
All right. Oh God, I hope he's okay.
Good luck. So,
Out of character. It's not like I killed him or anything.
The power of the
be
positive
fair.
is strong with this one.
You got an ER nurse to get your number. I'm impressed in general.
Oh man, this is
especially
great.
during a crisis situation.
Exactly.
I don't think you guys understand the amount of romance novel mystique charm that Verso brings to the table.
I'm gonna be honest, I totally have the vision that he would sometimes, late at night, just sit on his couch eating ice cream, watching rom-coms alone in the dark.
that checks out.
I'm 100%
Oh my
picturing
God.
Verso as just the stereotypical cover male character for any romance novel.
Ice cream.
Long flowing
Ice
hair,
cream. Pistachio flavored.
shirt strategically torn open.
Meanwhile, a few floors up, Jason is running at a door.
Jason is running out a door.
What do you do when you get there?
Well, I mean, he only closed the door, never declared locking it, so opening the door.
Okay, are you gonna try to stop him?
I mean,
Strength be strength.
Doc,
No.
Doc, I'm a little
I'm gonna let him
blown.
open the door.
Yeah. I'm just gonna open the door. I'm just like, Doc, I'm a little blown up, but I'm pretty positive I can still beat your ass. She's coming with me. And nothing has to happen here, and it's fine.
Mr. Wiles.
I don't believe in either of your bullshit fantastical stories or anything like that. You can continue doing your weird fucking science, just not on her.
Doctor, your pager goes off. Not pager.
We'll look at it. Does it say call again?
No, it says done? Question mark.
I put it back. Not responding at the moment.
Look, her boss already has a fucking hate boner for me, I'm pretty sure. So that damn Jason Wild found Naomi and just got her out safely before you got down to do the thing. Everything's good. He needs you, unlike her. I keep someone safe. We leave. Maximo deals with us however the fuck he wants. You get to keep doing what you're doing.
Problem is, Mr. Wild, if I don't produce results, my head on the chopping block.
Headbutt. I tried diplomacy. I tried diplomacy.
We'll do some loose combat here. I'm not gonna like make you roll initiative, but do give me a strength.
I tried diplomacy.
Would it be a dex to dodge that? To try to
It
dodge
is.
the headbutt?
It is your defense, which I think is 13.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Definitely got my bell rung.
You did. You kind of like stumble back, like double vision for half of a second.
I'd
Is
really.
it a D4 for damage? I think it's a D4 for damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Slash roll 1d4.
2 damage.
Plus my strength mod, so it'd be 4 damage.
4 damage as just a goose egg appears just above your left eyebrow.
I'd really, really strongly consider taking my offer.
Mr. Wild, I'm not going to stop you and Miss Naomi from leaving. I am, however, going to ask that you take these with you. And I'm going to hand him 2 of the one that I already had pulled out for Naomi and another one for him. If on the off chance that you happen to need it and it happens to work, all the better.
Let's set them on the table.
I'll set them over on the table by the door. Now, I
I'm not
was
trying to be that person. It's just I've been that person for like a really long time. He's gonna kill you for that. Because that is probably semi-patented technology. That you are just letting walk out the door.
Apparently there is no patent on it, Miss Naomi, and as this formula is, no one has developed it and have not sent over the results yet.
And also, I took it from him when I knocked him out, and that's why he has that big wicked shiner on his head. Just gonna hold out a hand for Naomi, gesture for her to come.
I'll step out of the way, away from the 2 of them, because I'm not going to impede Jason and Naomi on leaving.
She goes to like give you her hand, but it's the hand without a hand, and she just kind of like.
He'll take the nub then. He'll take the nub.
For a word of advice, if you do take the shots, try to be sitting down, just in case. From what I know of this immortality stuff, it's just what he has told me, and there will be increased regeneration. You could get your hand back.
She's just kind of like
Just being pulled.
led away.
Yeah, just and if that's real, like, you know, like an 11-year-old wouldn't be stuck as an 11-year-old forever then, right? Because if there's regeneration, like, you know.
No, like the cells just
Could halt
they
aging.
are aging as a process of like, I don't know, something with oxygen.
Whatever.
Okay.
Leaving with Naomi.
Bye.
Jason's not taking the shots.
It's fine.
Because as far as Jason's concerned, those are just freaking syringes full of poison meant to kill her.
As soon as Jason and Naomi are on the elevator, I'm calling security,
Okay.
letting them know that there are 2 patients that are trying to leave the hospital that have not been properly discharged.
Is that all you tell them?
I give them their descriptions and their names
That's it.
and let them know that Jason Wilde has, in fact, assaulted a doctor in the hospital.
Okay. Give me persuasion to convince them that it is kind of urgent. Okay. Sure. All right, we got time for one more little deal. Bjorn.
Sipping my coffee.
Amy is holding her matcha latte. Just kind of like compulsively blowing through the tiny sippy hole, but not drinking it at all. Move food bag still in her lap, phone still clutched in her palm.
I slowly sip mine. Okay. I have no intention of turning you into anyone. And if you ask me to, I will walk out of here and never say a word to another human being about you again. Or I could try, if it's within my powers, to help you. I leave that decision to you. Either way, I have no intention of harm coming to you. So,
I didn't do anything, but it seems like I did. And I know there are like cameras everywhere and tourists everywhere.
tourists don't see a damn thing.
Tourists
Okay.
remember stuff if like big
What-
stuff happened.
You mean big stuff like that tent going up? I heard that was a gas leak.
From who?
People in the crowd.
No.
Somebody said they thought it was a gas leak or whatever. I mean, I don't know. It was right next to all the food tents. One spark there, a gas leak here, and boom. Whole thing goes up. I wouldn't know. I'm not an expert. But
Were they really thinking that?
that's what someone told me. I don't know.
I thought
I'm not-
it was me. I thought it was me.
You thought it was you. Did you mess with a gas main? Did you spark a fryer or something? Then I dare say it sounds more like you may be in the clear.
If they figured out what it is, like, okay, I'm so silly. I'm sorry.
Amy, I promise you, this is nowhere near the weirdest thing that's happened to me today. Why did you think they'd be after you? Just so I'm curious.
Because I got an order and I picked up the order and I dropped the order off. And like right as I was like walking away, everything exploded.
Heard of a spicy burrito, but damn. That
Is that a joke?
was supposed to be yes. In case you can't tell, I do a lot of fishing. My jokes aren't particularly good, mostly because I tell them to fish.
You fishing for compliments?
No, mostly halibut and trout, but that's beside the point.
You just heard Mateo groan.
For the size of that explosion, I'd expect it to be something bigger than you could easily carry in that.
I mean, it was pretty heavy, but like it was sealed. We're not supposed to open the bag, so
I would really hope not.
The note just said to leave it, and just
Okay.
inside the tent, and so I left it just inside the tent, and then I
So you
left.
followed instructions according to your company's policy and left, and thank God you weren't there when something happened, because if you had dropped something off and it exploded right after, I'm pretty sure you would have gone up with it.
It wasn't like right after, but I was moving kind of fast, and if I don't know, like I'm kind of bleeding, I guess.
Oh, you are? I'm sorry.
Dead. So
How about we
maybe
go get you checked out?
right. No, I just want to go home.
Okay. Is anybody at your house a doctor or a nurse?
I mean, my cat's name is Dr. Professor Pussyfoots. But,
Is his doctorate in the sciences or the medicines? Or is it a
He's-
doctorate of arts?
he's a doctor of professors. It's whatever.
Aha. I don't think that qualifies under the current medical standards. So perhaps we should get you checked out. Because if your cats are anything like mine, the smell of blood in the house just scares the holy hell out of them. I cut myself making avocado. I was trying to make guacamole. I cut myself trying to get the pit out of an avocado. My cat was freaked out for like 3 days.
My cat sounds kind of like a baby.
He is. He's my sweet little baby.
You're so weird.
Yeah, well, we're in New York. If you're not a little weird in New York, I hear you don't make it.
Back at the hospital, Timmy. Once you sneak off, where are you headed?
Trying to locate Jason.
Okay. Do you want to maybe do like a computer roll to see if you can just log in and navigate a terminal computer?
Sure, if there's one that's, off to the side that nobody's messing with.
Sure. I'll say there is.
I can't roll dice today.
Yeah, so you try to log in. There's a username and password, and you got nothing. But hey, Jason, how are you exiting the hospital?
So, in the most tactically sound way possibly can, Naomi, you said is in a bedgown, right?
She's in scrubs.
Yeah. Oh, she's in scrubs?
She's got pants.
Okay, that makes it even easier then, because she'll blend in perfectly with all the people frantically running around, ER, et cetera, and I still look blown up. So it's just like, all right, so just basics, like we're gonna walk normally. Like we're going to head down to the ER area because it's going to be the one busiest, and two, most people, three, chaos. And it's like we're going to wander around. I look like a victim. She looks like a nurse because she's in scrubs. And so on and so forth. And then we're going to conveniently find an exit.
Okay. As you're kind of like scooting through the hallways, hey, look, Timmy, there's Jason.
That makes this easy. I start going up to him, and then Jason, what are you doing out of your room? What's going on?
Doctor's evil. Hey, you remember Naomi? So I've got Naomi by nub, one hand Timmy's shoulder, turn, and we're leaving.
Not saying anything, but glaring freaking daggers at her.
Hey, I know what you are. Don't be that mad.
And just to add on to the shit show, do you want me to roll perception, or was my passive 14 good enough to notice Verso?
I mean, he's a buff string bean in the middle of an ER.
He's also somebody that the last time I was deployed was in the Italian army, and we kind of did an op together. So this is gonna be like
I won't make you roll to notice him. I will make you roll intelligence to remember it was him right in this moment.
Well, I mean, handsome buff
also quite
guy.
tall. I'm also quite tall. I can remember.
I'll roll intelligence though.
Yeah.
God,
Hey, I'll use that advantage I got.
You're gonna use it, okay? Yeah, that's at least enough to be like, oh, I know him from somewhere fighty.
It's like, why in the fuck is... All right. Does security try to stop us? Or was the doctor's terrible persuasion roll bad enough that we get to get away?
Nope. They are too busy
Yes.
to have been fully swayed. They're kind of keeping an eye out, but it's not like they're blocking the exits and you
I have a question.
to scoot out. Yes.
I would have, because I'm doing the panic eye thing, you know, like looking around, like sporadically and trying to, you know, buy into the natural 20 that I got. I'm trying to make sure that the kid, because he's an immortal, got away all right because he asked for help.
Yeah.
Do
You
I?
definitely saw him kind of like fade backward, go to a computer, and then like get swept away by Jason, who, if you'd like to roll intelligence, seems kind of maybe familiar.
Intelligence, all right.
He seems maybe kind of familiar, but you can't exactly place him. But he looked right at you.
Can I roll with advantage, or is it too late? Do I have to declare that first?
Have you? No, you don't have to declare it first. Did you? I don't think you've used your one from.
They have not. They've rolled natural 20s all game.
Then yeah, go on ahead.
I just saw what time it was, so I figured
ahead.
why not?
Might as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's enough. You remember him from somewhere, fighty somewhere, and you notice he's kind of looking back at you too.
All right. Well, that's enough, I think, for me to, give
There's
the number
the
like I said I
standard
would.
mouth movement of what the fuck, but like doesn't break stride of escorting a woman and the child out of the hospital.
Woman and child in tow. Do I
Locked eyes. That was
do I give her my phone number and my name by this point, or are we still going through that
Yeah.
process? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did you write a little heart in an Italian call me?
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, baby. Nah.
Oh, well,
Professional setting, so we're gonna say no.
So what do you want to
Got
do?
us
Do you want to-
Enough on her plate. I'm gonna not cause any more trouble because I did say that I would leave after giving her the number, so that's what I'll do.
Okay. Do you leave out the front, or do you kind of leave trailing behind Jason and the?
Entourage.
at all.
Jason was looking back at me, and I do kind of recognize him, so I'm gonna follow at the back just to see if anything happens.
Okay. So as Jason leads his temporary and less temporary charges out, like, well, sort of side service door, and Verso slips out behind them. That is where we will wrap up tonight.
Hey,
Yay!
Buddy.
Good job. Good game today, guys.
Jen, just for the sake of it, let's just say that Dr. Gentry used that last one he had on him. The serum was flawed and he just died.
No, you don't get to decide that.
I know. I'm just like, hey, let's just.
You're so cute. Look at you.
look at
You
you.
can decide that. Oh.
Oh, it's
Super
adorable.
major big ol' thanks to Ashley the Witch for being our
Special
foil.
guest, our NPC enemy of the week.
Yay.
You are-
I loved how you kind of took what I gave you and went like as morally as
I'm trying to go
possible.
as morally gray as possible.
Like,
right?
listen, this is. I don't think it's gonna kill you, but I need your informed consent.
Yeah. Like,
Beautiful.
This is how I get it past the ethics
doesn't
board.
work.
Beautiful. Everybody else, it's props time. Yay.
Oh man.
Feel free to say something nice about Ashley. It won't cost one of your spots, but otherwise,
You guys say something nice about me? Never.
Jason, go first.
This is my first, normally the only interacting role-playing time I've had with Ashley is as a DM. It was awesome to get to role-play with Ashley for the first time in ever. Ever.
Really?
So that was great. But props are for people that will get use out of it. I just wanted to give Ashley a little shout out. Real tough. I'm gonna go with Timmy. Because this is the first time we've gotten to actually see the rage behind the immortal 11-year-old when getting talked down to like you're a child, and he almost slipped. He almost slipped right away, and then like you almost got him, but like just like I am.
11.
It was great. It was great getting to see that perfect, charming hero face falter for just a moment.
It's like, I'm not that young. Come on.
Glandizzle, props.
I think I have to give mine once again to Artie, because the fact you pulled a number right in the middle of ER during a crisis situation, and also you helped me out.
You're a dude.
Artie.
Okay. God. This is a really good game so far. I gotta say, I'm enjoying the hell out of this. This
It's
is
a
awesome.
really fun game.
Players and DM mommy combined are just amazing. Well, first of all, I thought I enjoyed the conversation between Dr.
Gentry.
Gentry and the other person on the phone, and immediately hanging up like
That bastard.
prick. But I think my prop for tonight is going to go to Chef, because just like bringing the worst out of Detective Baker, just being like you're about as helpful as you can get. You can go, you worthless fuck, get the hell out of my sight.
Even though I gave the most evidence and the most answers.
This is true, but in the back of my mind, it's like, dude, quiet. The best way to make yourself look suspicious in those scenarios is to talk more than you should.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So I'm just sitting there like, are you a good person?
All right.
Talking a lot over there.
Finally, Bjorn.
Oh, I gotta say, Ashley, the way you just took this doctor and went as like as morally gray and like sitting right on the edge of the alignment table. It's like, here, I know what these should do. The situation's awful, but I know what they should do. Come on, kid, shake my hand. I loved it. Honestly, I gotta give it to Artie. Just because of, in the same way that, you know, I was doing my best to try to be the, you know, upfront kind of helpful, you know, but still has boundaries kind of guy to the police. The fact that you were sitting there trying to quietly explain how you didn't just actively commit first-degree murder in the middle of Central Park. I'm just sitting here like, why am I the asshole? All I've got to do is just say what. All I have to do is just say one phrase. She. What the heck? The fact that you were able to play the foil so well on that one, I really enjoyed. I thought it was very fun. So yeah.
He did it.
Beautiful.
Precisely.
You did it. He started it. Mom!
Check the tape.
Perfect. And I will give, just so you know, Jason will be getting a hero point for vanquishing the villain this time. Even, you know, foiling the villain. Not a full vanquishing. I'm sure it won't matter later.
Can I make a small request? One final right before the credits scene. That table in the hospital room. Does it still have syringes on it? Yes or no?
No, I think he took them, but
Jason
didn't
did not.
intend to
Jason
use
didn't.
them.
Jason didn't.
Jason declared he
No.
was not taking them.
Yeah, Jason said he left them on the table.
Okay.
Now,
Then yeah.
whether or not
Naomi,
took them.
no one said anything for Naomi. And
Naomi was
she
being
had
led
her
away.
hand-
Naomi didn't
she
get a
had her
chance.
hand free.
Naomi got snatched.
Naomi
Yep.
got snatched by her nub, but her
I
other
dare
hand could have
say
just
I would
gone
have
like
noticed
this.
her pick up the fucking immortal syringes.
She,
I don't know.
she did not.
Okay, I'm asking. I don't know. That's why I asked the question.
No, they sit for anyone to take.
Mhm.
Put that back in stores. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
All right, I'm done. DM Daddy, take it over.
Thank you for checking out Call to Arms. Yep, it's a great, fun, happy time. It doesn't pay to be immortal doing good work. Nobody respects or appreciates it. It's fine. But we are joined today by Chef Corhall playing everybody's favorite obstinate immortal, Bjorn. The romance novel cover awesome charismatic verso portrayed by Artie Do2. We had everybody's favorite little shit kid, Timmy, portrayed by Glenn Dizzle. We're special guest starred by Ashley the Mage, Rage, Witch, Brick, Magic Ashley.
Did it just use one name?
Nope. And then we've got I was DM Daddy RPG, Daddy loves you. And this game, of course, was run by JenofThieves, who continues to crush it in everything she does. And
Does.
there was a lot of compliments in chat for you today, Jen, by the way. I hope you got to go back and read them. We will be back Friday with more Werewolf the Apocalypse. Saturday we have Excelsior, unless, you know, life continues to make it where we can't run Excelsior. This week it was family obligations and things like that, but I promise you Excelsior will come back
Eventually.
hopefully next week. And then, of course, Sundays is Call to Arms, our Highlander-themed Everyday Heroes campaign. If you like the games and you want to come talk to us and let us know, let Jen know how awesome she is, head over to the Discord. Discord is where we all hang out, where we all talk, where we all play, where you can sign up. I don't know if Jen's still taking applications for people to portray villains or not, but reach out to her. Let her know. If this is your first time checking out our Highlander campaign, the first 2 episodes are over on the YouTube. YouTube is where all of our games get uploaded to, edited down, etc., etc., etc. So go check those out. If you liked all the talk about turkey legs, you should totally go check it out, because last week's episode was where the turkey legs actually happened. And then, of course, there is our Patreon. Patreon is how we fund things. It's how we send the books to all the players. It's how we get the merch that goes out every season for our merch bundles, so on, so forth. It gets you all kinds of cool things. YouTube credits, Patreon redeems, weighted voting, slots in games, etc., etc. There's a whole bunch of stuff tied to being part of our Not a Cult. But we would love to have you in our family, not a cult. I hope everybody has a good work week. I hope life is chill and awesome for you, and we will see you next weekend. And remember, Daddy loves you.